Welcome back to the Software Design and Development unit of the Higher Computing Science course. In this lesson we will look at predefined functions. Our learning intentions for this lesson are as follows. We'll learn what a predefined function is and how to use it. We'll learn what a parameter is and how to pass it to a function. And we'll learn how to call and use a predefined function. As always, we have some success criteria for the lesson. I can describe what a predefined function is and its main characteristics. I can choose the appropriate predefined function to carry out a particular task. I can call a predefined function and pass a parameter to it. I can return a value from a predefined function. A predefined function is a small program built into the software. These programs have been pre-written and pre-tested. Predefined functions are present in a system library belonging to the software. As we learned earlier, a function will return a value that can be stored in a variable or sometimes in a conditional statement. Predefined functions often exist to carry out common tasks such as returning the length of a string, generating a random number, or even creating a substring. Within the higher course, we will look at a variety of predefined functions. We will look at the mid predefined function, which allows us to create a substring, the ASC predefined function to convert from a character to its ASCII value. We will look at the char predefined function to convert from an ASCII value to its character. The int predefined function converting floating point numbers to integers. And we'll also look at modulus, which returns the remainder after a division. As we've mentioned a few times, a function always returns a value. We therefore need to assign that value to a new variable, as we can see in our expression at the top of the code. New number equals int number. We pass in the parameter number into the function. This parameter will contain a real number. We do not need to see the function as it is contained within the module library. We do not need to see the code contained within the function. So we don't need to know what's happening inside the function. We only need to know what it will return. As the value is passed into the predefined function, the code inside that predefined function will execute using that value. The function will then return a new value, which will be assigned to the variable new number. The new value will contain an integer. The mid predefined function allows us to create a substring or part of a string. In this case, we are going to send in a piece of text and we want to take the first 4 characters of that piece of text. We've assigned the string computing science to a variable called subject. We're going to pass subject, 0 and 4 into the function as actual parameters. Once these are passed into the function, the predefined function will execute the code. it will produce a new value and return that new value to the expression to be assigned to the variable new string. The actual parameters 0 and 4 indicate the starting position and for how many characters we want to take. In this case, we start at character 0 for 4 characters. That returns the value COMP. As we know, a string literal is an array of characters. Those are indexed from 0 onwards. The ASC predefined function will return an ASCII value for a character. We will pass the parameter capital A into the function as an actual parameter. As we know, each character has a corresponding ASCII value. This includes uppercase, lowercase characters, numbers, symbols, and non-printable characters. We will pass our value A to our function. Our code is executed and a new value is returned. We return the value 65, which is the corresponding ASCII value for our capital A. This is then assigned to our variable ASCII number. The char predefined function pretty much does the opposite, which will return the character for the ASCII value. In this case, we will pass in the parameter 97 into the function. Once passed into the function, the code in the function will be executed and a new value of lowercase a is returned. This is passed back to the expression and in turn assigned to the variable character. The int predefined function is really useful. It will return an integer from a real number. In this example, we will pass in the number 17.64, which of course is a real number, into our int function. Once passed into the function, the code is executed and the 0.64 is removed and the integer 17 is returned. It is then passed to the expression and of course assigned to the variable character. Our last example is the modulus predefined function. The modulus predefined function returns the remainder after a number is divided by the divisor. The result is the same sign as the divisor. In this case, we are going to pass the number 8 and the number 3. Therefore, we want to find the remainder of the value 8 and the divisor 3. The divisor 3 is the number by which we want to divide. In this case, this means that 8 is divisible by 3 twice. This provides a remainder of 2. And this is the value we want to find, the remainder value. This is then returned to the expression, which is in turn assigned to the variable remainder. Remember, using all of these predefined functions, we don't see the function part. We don't see the code within the function. That is contained within the module library, within the software itself. The only part that we need to see and code is the expression, which we see clearly in our example here.